Hi, this is Astrid, and I'm back with a part two of how I use Nearpod in my Outschool classes in both live and flexible schedule versions. In this particular video, I'm going to focus on the live lessons that I make in Google Slides. And right now, that's because my lessons that I've created in Google Slides have all been for live classes. I haven't actually needed to use it for a flex class because it is a relatively new feature. It's a new addition to Nearpod, and so I haven't really developed a flex lesson on that one yet, using slides, I should say. I do love Google Slides. One of the reasons why I like it as opposed to creating the slides in Nearpod is because in Google Slides I have a lot more options of like where to place the pictures and where to place the text. So I could put a picture here and text here, and or I could put it right here and then maybe off to the side. I can move things around a lot better in Google Slides, and so I do like using that one for some of my lessons. So I wanted to kind of share my screen and show how I am using Google Slides for my Nearpod lessons. So right here, I have a lesson that I've created for my Shakespeare theater class, and it's on Henry V. And so again, this is like the type of background and slide that I would not be able to create in Nearpod very easily, because you don't have the option to kind of play around with the background quite as much and center the image. So I'd have to find an image to use as a backdrop, and it's just not as easy. Also, you don't have text or excuse me, font options in Nearpod. There's very few to choose from, and you have to like pick a theme, and it's just not very user friendly in that regard, or designer friendly, I should say. And I really feel like the design is a big part of my class. So I use the design options in Google Slides. So what's cool about this now is that Nearpod is integrated into the add-ons section of Google Slides. So if you click on add-ons, you would have to get the add-on for Nearpod. I've already installed it, and so it's right here. It says Nearpod, and I would click Open Nearpod. Now, since I've already created this presentation, it's just giving me this message here to make sure that I understand it can't be copied and pasted. And it's asking me, are you sure you want to edit this slide? And I'll say I'll go ahead and edit it, even though I'm not really actually going to change anything in here. And so this is what you would see normally in these options. We have the normal Nearpod options like audio, video, collaborate, field trip, memory test, fill in the blanks. All of those are right here. And whenever you want to add one, you just click on it. Right now I have the traditional slide for my first slide, and then for my second slide, I've actually added one of the field trips. And so it's just the same process as adding one in Nearpod itself. When I click on field trip here to add like a new one, it's going to open up a separate pop-up just like it does in Nearpod, where you would search for the place, and then you can preview it, and then you can add it to the lesson. So it's the same process. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And again, so this is like a traditional slide where I was able to move, the picture around just like I would in Google Slides. And I added some videos, a web page. This web page actually has a video embedded in it that I couldn't figure out how to download the video directly. And they want you to go to the website to view it. So I have the students click on the website and then click on the video within the website, and it works just as fine. So as you can see, again, this is something I would never have been able to design in Nearpod, because you can't make the pictures over here in Nearpod. You only have the option of like the 2 columns or the 4 boxes. And so this is what I really like about Google Slides. You can integrate both of these sites together. Now, when it's all done, the only thing I wanted to say too is that, in Google Slides, you're able to animate your objects so that if you like click on the space bar, let's say, that it would pop up afterwards. These do not work when you go to the Nearpod lesson. So don't bother with using animations. They're not going to work. So if that's something that you prefer more than the activities in Nearpod, you might just want to stick to Google Slides. And that's what I've done for like some of my other lessons. So they have pros and cons, both of them. Now, when you are done, it'll say save and go to Nearpod. So it's going to open up your Nearpod page. It'll save it right here. And you're going to have the same exact options that you'll have whenever, for the lessons that you've created in Nearpod. So you'll still have the option for a live lesson, and the student-paced lesson as well. So we'll see here that I can click on live lesson and it's going to open up the launcher. It's going to look exactly the same. If we go ahead and preview it here, it'll look exactly the same as if you created it in Nearpod, only it's using your slides. I have noticed that it does make them a little bit smaller. It doesn't like fill the entire box, some of the actual slides. But I'm really okay with that because I'd rather have the formatting options. So you can see this is how it's going to look in my lesson. And this is where you would click to open that web page. And then we still have the options for like the polls, quizzes, and things like that. So that's how I like to use Nearpod, and that's how I like to create my new lessons now. Again, you have a lot of options. You can purchase some options, purchase some lessons from Nearpod, and you might get some ideas on how to format your classes by looking at those lessons as well. So I've had a lot of fun designing lessons on Nearpod, and it's been really great for the students as well. I have students that cheer when they find out, oh yay, we're going to use Nearpod today, and they just love it. So it's a really great resource for teachers, and I hope that this is helpful to you. If you do have questions about using these options, I am a Nearpod certified educator, and I definitely can help with you with any of the issues that come up with setting up a presentation, whether it's in Nearpod or it's in Google Slides. And again, the Nearpod customer service is really great too, so you might find it helpful to do that. All right, well, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching my video. I hope that I was able to help a little bit and give you some ideas. And I'm looking forward to seeing some classes on Outschool that incorporate Nearpod a little more. All right, thank you.